Hello everyone. In the previous session we have seen how to apply electrical analogy to a particular problem which involves combination of conduction and convection. Now we are going to see the next section in which there is plain wall but it is made up of multiple slabs which is made up of multiple materials which are arranged in a series manner. This is a very practical application because every wall is made up of multiple materials. There is not only a single material but multiple materials which make a wall. For example, wall of a cold storage, it might be made up of bricks, the concrete, the plaster as well as insulation on the inside. So these all materials are in series with each other. So that's why we need to study this topic. We will obtain the mathematical understanding how to deal with such kind of problem. So for this purpose, we have to consider a plain wall which is made up of multiple materials. So let us say, and every material will be having some different thickness. So let us say this is material A, this is material B, this is material C. The thickness of this material will be LA, the thickness of this material will be LB, and thickness of the third material will be LC. We will indicate it. So that's the first thickness LA, the second thickness LB, and the third thickness LC. Thermal conductivity of every material may be different. So this will be Ka, this will be Kb, and this will be Kc. Let us also assume that it is a combined case of convection and conduction. So there is some fluid temperature on this side and there is some fluid temperature on this side. If you observe, this is very similar to our previous problem with only two additional walls. So let us draw. There will be some fluid which is at temperature T infinity 1 and then there will be some temperature of the wall which is T1. Let us say the second wall is having the temperature T2. There might be different temperature gradient T3 and there will be T4. Remember, this variation of temperature gradient depends on thickness as well as thermal conductivity of the wall material of that particular material. So you can draw any shape that you want right now. Just make sure that it should be a straight line as far as possible. And then there will be some other fluid temperature, second fluid temperature T infinity 2. Now remember, every time it may not be the case that left hand side fluid will be having higher temperature and right hand side fluid will be having lower temperature. This can be a scenario for a fridge, refrigerator. But what if the case is that of a furnace? In case of furnace, inside temperature will be much higher of the order of 1000 degrees Celsius, while outside temperature will be ambient temperature. But still, by properly writing the temperatures in sequence, you can use the same diagram for so many applications. It is up to you to understand the physics and then represent it in the form of diagram. So now, for this purpose, because there is this fluid and there is motion for the fluid, we will show the motion of the fluid. There may be some motion of the fluid for inside as well as outside. So there will be heat transfer coefficient H1 and heat transfer coefficient H2. Okay, so heat is being transferred by convection, conduction, conduction, conduction and again convection. And remember, this is again a steady state heat transfer, which means the quantity of heat transfer, it does not change with time. It is not changing with time. With the time, it remains constant. So now we can draw electrical circuit. Now we will follow electrical analogy directly because we have understood the basics of it. So the first node point will be T infinity 1. There will be some thermal resistance up to point T1. Beginning will be T infinity 1, leftmost point, then T1. The next junction, next station in this path, let us consider as a road or a railway track. So the next station in this path is T2. So there will be a thermal resistance T2. Next station is T3. Next station T4. And the next station T infinity 2. Now we will identify the physics and then we will write down the resistances. In this case, physics is convection, so thermal resistance is convection type. We will call it Rc1. Physics is conduction, so we will call it simply, because this is material A, we will indicate only Ra, or we can also indicate it as R wall A. This is conduction physics, so this resistance will be resistance of wall B. Conduction physics, resistance of wall C. Again convection, so that's why R convection but second convection. Now we simply have to quantify them with their original formulae. If I want to write down simply the heat transfer rate, let us say heat is coming in and heat is going out. The quantity of heat transfer under steady state will remain same. It will be the same quantity of heat which will be traveling through all the sections of this wall. So now mathematically we will quantify it. So for that purpose, let us consider the entire circuit right now. So just like our previous understanding, हम जितने भी stations cross करेंगे उतने stations हमको equation में लिखने पड़ेंगे. This is our origin, this is the destination. Whatever comes on the way, we have to include it in the equation. So that's why the heat transfer rate Q will be simply, that's the beauty of electrical analogy, that it simplifies all your equation. So this is simply T infinity 1 minus T infinity 2 divided by first resistance in the path Rc1, second resistance of wall A, then next one is resistance of wall B, and then there is resistance of wall C, and then finally there is second convection resistance Rc2. So in this way you can simply obtain the heat transfer rate. Now we will need individual quantities for this, so that's what we will write now. So first resistance is Rc1. Actually this entire summation is known as total thermal resistance or summation of thermal resistances, and it is given as summation of all thermal resistances coming in the path. And just like our previous understanding, if I am considering, let us say, between T infinity 1 and T3, I will need to consider only first, second, third resistance. So I will consider for this section, I will consider only Rc1, Rwa and Rwe. I will not consider Rwc and Rc2. For example, if I am traveling from Mumbai to Bangalore, then somewhere in the path there will be Pune. So I will have to pay toll up to Pune and also up to Bangalore. But if I stop at Pune only, I will not pay any tolls beyond Pune. So that's why whatever the junction that we are selecting, only those thermal resistances we have to consider. Now, whatever we have considered, we have to quantify it individually. First one is convection resistance. So this will be Rc1. How do we write Rc1? That's the next question. कि हाँ सर हमने ये सब लिख लिया, लेकिन इनकी इंडिविजुअल वैल्यूज भी तो हमें चाहिए कि so that we can solve the final numerical. So Rc1, because it is convection type, we will translate that physics into mathematics. This is equal to 1 upon HA. Convection resistance is simply 1 upon HA. अभी सिर्फ ये डिपेंड करेगा कि H कौन सा है और एरिया कौन सा है. That this is where the physics comes into picture. Okay. Now this H is for the first section, so it is H1. Simple. Area A, this is a wall, so it will have a constant cross sectional area. This area will be constant everywhere. यहाँ पर जितना एरिया है उतना ही एरिया आपको यहाँ पर भी देखने को मिलेगा. So area of A, area of B, area of C, it will be same. I will just write it down here for your information. Area at point A will be equal to area at point B will be equal to area for section or material C, and this will be equal to convection areas. So this will be capital A only because this is plain wall. Then second thermal resistance in the path is conduction resistance of material A. So this will be conduction resistance for material A. As we know, the simple formula for conduction resistance is L by Ka, but we are talking about material A. So this will be thickness of material A conductivity of material A, and area of material A is anyways equal, so no need to again write that. This area will change in case of cylinders, because as the radius increases, the area of cylinder also increases. So for every section of cylinder, area will be different. But for plain wall, area remains same when wall is in series, when all the slabs in the wall are in series. So that's why this area is simply capital A. In the same fashion, we can write Rw for material B. It will be, first we will write the nature of resistance, क्योंकि वो conduction है यहाँ पर भी, इसलिए हम पहले L by Ka लिख लेंगे plain wall के लिए. Remember, this formula is also different for cylinder. Plain wall, okay, plain wall and conduction L by Ka. अभी हमें सिर्फ उसमें उस particular material के properties put करने हैं. Material है B, इसलिए thickness of material B and conductivity of material B. Area plain wall है, इसकी वजह से वो constant रहेगा. Now there will be resistance of wall C. So it will be equal to, because firstly we will identify the nature. ये conduction है और wall है. So that's why firstly we will write L by Ka. And also it is material C now. So thickness of material C, K for material C and area for material C, which is equal. And then finally what we observe over here, this is convection physics. So and this is the last thermal resistance. So what we get is Rc2. It is equal to, it is convection, so immediately firstly we will write it is 1 upon Ha. लेकिन अभी ये H कहाँ पर है, ये सेकेंड साइड पर है और उसका वैल्यू है H2. So that's why we will write H2. Area is constant for convection and conduction because of a plain wall, so it will be only A. And on the basis of this, after calculating each of them, because now this has been simplified, ये आपको छोटे छोटे quantities calculate करने हैं, उनको सबको addition करना है और T infinity 1 minus T infinity को उससे divide करना है, you will get the heat transfer rate. In the same way, if I am supposed to solve only up to this section, T infinity 1 minus T3 या फिर T1 minus T3, तो मैं सिर्फ इन दो resistances को calculate करूँगा and only on the basis of that I will solve my numerical. So this is very similar to, let us say, the heat transfer rate will be same as T1 minus T3 divided by whatever comes in the path. ये दो स्टेशन है, अभी मैं मुंबई से मैंने ट्रैवल करना शुरू नहीं किया. I started traveling from Lonavala, so Mumbai is skipped. So I will not pay the toll for Mumbai. I will pay the toll only for the toll plaza which come between Lonavala and Pune. So that's why only those two toll plazas, only conduction resistance of material A and conduction resistance of material B. So this will give me only RWA plus RWB. मुझे सिर्फ इतना ही पैसा देना है, मुझे सिर्फ उतने ही रेजिस्टेंसेस पिक्चर में जो आएंगे जंक्शन के बीच में, मुझे सिर्फ उतने ही सॉल्व करने हैं. मुझे अननेसेसरली दूसरे रेजिस्टेंसेस सॉल्व करने की जरूरत नहीं. That's the beauty of electrical analogy approach. It helps you to properly channelize all the resistances or all the parameters which are necessary for that particular equation. So I hope this is useful for you. This is plain wall slabs in series. In the next session we will see the plain wall which will be having slabs in parallel. So now in this case what did we observe? In case of slabs in series, हमें अभी ये physically क्या बताएगा? जब slabs series में होते हैं तो उस वक्त आपको जो total thermal resistance मिलता है, it is simply summation of all the thermal resistances in the path. रास्ते में आने वाले सारे thermal resistances का आप summation कर दो, आपको total thermal resistance मिल जाएगा. लेकिन this will not be the case with parallel configuration. For series it is that simple. जो रास्ते में आएगा, जहाँ जो आपने जंक्शन चूज किए हैं, the source and destination, रास्ते में जो रेजिस्टेंसेस आएंगे वो आपको ऐड करने हैं. I hope this is useful for you. Thank you very much.